WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
This is Soulful Inspiration. It's your girl, Nikki Jones. This will be an hour to feed your soul with music and laughter, information and inspiration. You're listening to WVTC Detroit. All designed with you in mind. So sit back, relax, and get ready to join the conversation with me, Nikki Jones. Soulful inspiration. Inspirations. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Soulful Inspirations. I am your girl, Nikki Jones. And guess what? I ain't in the studio. I ain't at home either. I'm in an undisclosed location, okay? Undisclosed. Except you can see it's a house, right? This is not a virtual background. This is a real house. How y'all doing? It is a beautiful day in Zamunda, okay? It is a beautiful Tuesday, and we are going to have a wonderful show tonight. I'm just so excited about it. Oh, I'm so excited about it. Listen, you saw it at the beginning, but happy Thanksgiving to all of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, even though we know how I got here. We understand that, all right? Don't go there with me tonight, okay? We understand how I got here. It wasn't all good. I'm just saying. But you know how to turn things around. What we do, we take lemons and we make lemonade. That's what we do, okay? That's what we do here, okay? That's what we're going to do. And y'all know we're going to eat. We're going to eat way too much. We're going to eat way too much food this week. That's what we do, okay? That's what we do. Listen, I need you to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. You're listening to us on WVTC Detroit. This is the two-time Stellar Award-winning Internet Station of the Year. Yes, 2 times, okay? This year and last year. God is so good. And we are grateful to you because you voted for us. So we are so thankful to you. I just want to continue to welcome you and let you know tonight is going to be a good time, hunty. I'm telling you, I have been with these two ladies for hey, Pastor D, I've been with these two ladies for a couple of days, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing time. It's just wonderful. And I decided to share them with you just for an hour, okay? Because, you know, some of y'all be getting handsy, and then y'all just be trying to take my mamas, and you know what I'm saying? Now, I share. You understand? I share, but, you know, I'm just saying, I'm still the one. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm still the one. All right. Okay. All right. Listen, it's a wonderful show tonight, and I have two ladies with me tonight, and they are going to probably make you laugh, and they may preach a little bit, and that's okay, because that's what they do. Okay. And that's where I get it from. You're going to see where I get it from, because that's what we do. Okay. And so anyway, we're going to have a good time tonight. It's wonderful. So listen, one of the ladies that is with me tonight, is my mentor, and I also call her my mama. Okay, she's my mama. I call her Mama Joyce. Okay, her name is Joyce Dixon Haskett. Okay, and she is a clinical social worker. She is one of my mentors. She is an evangelist. She is a woman of God. She is a mother. She is a preacher. She is a prayer warrior. She is all that. Okay, and she is a survivor. What? A survivor. I will survive. Yes, she is a survivor, okay? And I'm not just talking about a survivor of life in general. I'm talking about some stuff. And we're about to see some stuff that she survived, okay? We're going to watch it together. If you've never heard her story, you can Google her, Joyce Dixon Haskett. You can Google her, and I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind, all right? Now, I'm going to show you a clip that was on Channel 4, which is out of Detroit. It's called Click on Detroit. WDIV Detroit. and they did a story on her, and you're going to watch a 5-minute clip of that story. It's not the whole story, so you're going to have to go to their website or go to YouTube and find the whole story. But I want you to see a portion of her story, and then you're going to meet her, and you're going to meet my real mama. Yeah, you know, the one that's always watching but never comment. Yeah, she going to be here. She is here right now. I'm looking at her. She here right now. You know she is here just a little reluctantly, but because she loved me and I'm her only child, I'm the onlyest one that she had. She gonna be here, and when we come back from this clip, you're gonna see both my mamas. Okay, it's gonna be good. Let's watch this clip. I'm telling you, it's gonna bless you.
Joyce was in a no-win situation. She was enslaved by her trafficker, who had just put her in a scenario that almost got her killed. In her mind, if she didn't change something, she would be dead soon. So she did the only thing she thought she could.
So I got a gun, took it back to the house, hid it in an upstairs bathroom that he didn't use. Waited for my opportunity, came downstairs. Was stretched out on the sofa. I stood up, looked at him, and shot him once. I shot him and I stood there and I watched him die. It is a bad feeling to know that you took somebody else's life, but at the same time, I do not apologize for living. So when it was over, the judge said, "You'll die in prison," and sentenced me to natural life. That's prison without parole, a mandatory life sentence. So I went to prison. The prison ministry came, and there was this little old lady. She was about 85-year-old little black lady. She said, "How much time you doing?" I said, "I'm doing natural life." She said, "Natural life?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." That woman looked at me and said, "As long as there's breath in your body, there is hope. And your hope is in Jesus." And it wasn't what she said, it was the way she said it. With authority, like she knew what she was talking about. And just like that day when I was 7 and I didn't want to stay at the carnival, I didn't want to stay at the church service anymore. I went back to my room. I fell down on my face. And in my own snot, my own tears, I said, "God, if I die in this prison, it's okay. You just save me. If I die right here, oh God, it's okay." Eventually, a jailhouse lawyer found an issue in my case, and I was able to get back to court. After 17 years and 120 days, got back to court, and I was freed after 17 years. And, oh, by the way, I was one of 3 women selected to be a part of a pilot program for the University of Michigan. I'm just so happy to say that I'm the first woman to ever graduate from the University of Michigan while behind bars. Go Blue! So, and I went right into the School of Social Work, University of Michigan. Finished my master's. Everything else is history. I am not afraid now. I am not afraid to be proud of me. I am not afraid to give myself permission to say, "Joyce, good job, well done." Good job, Joyce.
Yes. Did you see that? OMG. She is a survivor, okay? A real survivor. You know, now some people talk about, "I survived," and they be talking about they survived, a car accident, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Nah, I'm just saying. But some people talking about they survived, a bad meal. I don't know. You know, some people talk about their survival. I don't want to minimize it, but I'm just saying some people really surviving some stuff out here. Okay. And I'm just saying she is one of them peoples that survived. Okay. And survived and then thrived on top of it. What? Yes. And do you see this beautiful woman over here? You see the resemblance? Yes, Lord. You see the resemblance? Yes. Yes, this is my beautiful mom, my real mother, my natural mother, my birth mom, however you want to call it. She the one that had me, okay? She the one. I ain't gonna say how she said. I ain't gonna say it. She laughing. She laughing because she know how she said. But I ain't gonna say how she said. But she the one that had me, okay? Yes, this is my beautiful mom, prophetess Gloria Garner. Yes, come on, say hello to the people.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Yes. And Mama Joyce, you say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. So glad to be a part of whatever we getting ready to do tonight. So
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Listen, so now that you know who we talking to, I want you to know that I have been with these two ladies for the last couple of days, and it's just been amazing. Okay, we've been talking, we've been crying, we've been praying, we've been snotting, we've been cooking, we've been eating. Yes, we've been doing all of that, hunty. Yes, and it's been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful time. So I want to ask you ladies a question. What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving? I'm going to start with my mama over here, and then I'll go to this mama over here.
My favorite part is cooking. I love to cook, and so I just enhance what I do. And do it all day for others, myself, especially for my family.
Yes. And you done prepared some turkey. Yes, we done had smoked turkey prepared. Yes, smoked turkey to go inside the greens. You understand what I'm saying? They go in the greens, not the turkey for that we gonna eat with the gravy and the dressing, not stuffing, dressing. Okay. And I'm talking about that. Okay. So that's what she been preparing for. And she gonna make a red velvet cake. You gonna make the pound cake too?
No, we're gonna make pound cake after Thanksgiving.
We're gonna make the pound cake after Thanksgiving, and we just gonna have a red velvet cake for Thanksgiving. Yes, along with everything else. Yes, beautiful, just beautiful. Yes, y'all can't come over. Mama Joyce, how you doing tonight?
I am just wonderful. How you doing?
So good.
I'm just so glad to be here with you, sweetheart.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah.
So good to be here. So now your story is so amazing. It is. It's just amazing. And like I said, you have survived so much. But I want to know, what is your goal now? Because we can see where you've come from. But what is your goal now? Where are you going to now? You're still counseling. You have Daylily, right?
Yes.
So you have a Daylily therapy counseling session.
Daylily Health.
Which is your therapy.
Yes, my clinical practice.
Your clinical practice, right? You are a clinical social worker. Yes, ma'am. So what are you doing now? What are you looking forward to? And then tell us what your favorite part of Thanksgiving is.
Okay. Well, I love all my clients. I love what I do. And I will continue to do that. But there are some other areas that I really want to start working in. And one of the things I really want to do, you know what? One of the things I have found is that people just don't give themselves enough grace. Because somebody is always saying something to them to make them feel worse about themselves than they already do. I don't like that. So there are so many young people. When I say young, I'm talking because I'm young, but I'm talking about the younger generation who really have a heart for God, and they want to do right, and they want to have good lives, but they just don't believe they're worthy. And I think about where I've come from in my life, and I think about all the we just have to tell the truth. I think about all the nasty stuff I've done in my life, and I've done some nasty stuff in my life. But you have to get to a place where you either believe God or you don't.
Absolutely.
And so I am at that place where I just believe God, but I want to help other people live the life that God intended for them to live a good life.
Yes.
You can live good and you know, you don't have to have it all, but you can have more than enough.
Yes.
And so one of the things that I have found, even in my practice with my clients, the one thing that holds people back is that they don't believe that they deserve the things that they say they want or the things that they need. They don't believe they deserve it, and they do. You know, when Jesus put it all out there, that gave all of us the right
Yes.
to live the very best lives possible. And there are a
Yes.
lot of young people out here in these streets.
Yes.
And I want to get back. I know I'm blabbering.
No, it's fine.
But I've lived that life. I've lived this life, and God has blessed me. And I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. But we can't get too comfortable in that.
Yes.
And I can't forget where I came from. And I can't forget that it's time for me to just really stop talking about it and do it.
And just do it.
Mm-hmm. And that's my goal, is to get back out there and to help somebody not just get saved, but live a life that they are happy about and proud of living.
Yes. Yes.
Because you can do it.
You can do it. We know you can do
Yes.
it.
And my happiest part about this Thanksgiving is all I have to do is just sit here and wait for y'all to cook. This is the first time in my life where I have had Thanksgiving, and I have had, now I might start crying. I have had somebody say, just sit back because we're going to cook for you. I'm so happy. And particularly when there are people that cook way better than you do.
That ain't what I heard. Because somebody's been making macaroni and cheese all week long for other people. So we know you cook, Mama. I'm just saying.
But I am just so happy this Thanksgiving. I'm so happy.
But you're not going to cook for your house.
This is correct.
Because
this would be correct.
Because we're here and we're going to be cooking dinner for you.
And I've been blessed since you've been here.
Yes, we done had some real good food.
Oh, yes.
Child, I done had been to Torchy's. I don't know if y'all know anything about Torchy's, okay? Torchy's is a taco spot down here. It is the bomb. And I just love Torchy's. And so, yeah, we've been to Torchy's too. So, yes. Hey, Imani. Imani's, there's a lot of people on. Imani's on. Michelle Savage is on. Let's see. Nicole Black is on. Pastor D is on. What's up, Pastor D? Hey, let's see here. Louis Boyd, Tanisha is on. Tamara's on. Yvonne is on. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are just excited about this. Okay, so I got both of my mamas here. Okay, both of my mamas here. Now, you became my mama probably about, 10 years ago? About 10 years ago. Maybe earlier, because Ian is 12.
Oh, yeah, he was younger than that, wasn't he?
He was younger than that, so maybe, maybe 11 years old. Hey, take a show. I'm telling you, bro, telling you, the kitchen is bomb. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, you've been my mom for about 11, maybe let's say 11 years. Let's say 11 years. And from the day we met, you was baby, she was just so deep in it. She was deep in it. And she was just hugging me and hugging on me, and she's been loving on me ever since. And she claimed me, and I claimed her, and that is history. I'm just telling you, the rest is history. Because I'm telling you, can't nobody come between us. Ain't nobody coming between us. She gonna be my mama. Now I got several godmamas, okay? However, I'm just saying, now the two that I claim the most, I claim them the most, okay? And they know who they are, and this is one of them, okay? And so the other one, she at home right now. She might not be watching, but she's at home right now, okay? So, but anyway, so as mothers, why is it so important? I'm gonna go to you, Mom, because I know I'm your only child that you birthed, but you have several children in terms of spiritual children. So I want you to talk to the people about why it is so important to have a spiritual mom.
A spiritual mom, first of all, relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
That's a must have a relationship with God. And the spiritual mother can take a broken daughter or son
Mm-hmm.
and share things that their natural mother don't know about.
That's good.
And it's such a place where sometimes I have so many children spiritually. And I realized that it was a prophecy that was given to me so many years ago, over 20 years ago, when I went to a conference for a ministry that I'm now a part of, but was not a part of when I received the prophecy. I didn't know what a prophet was at that time.
Yeah, because they used to call us evangelists,
yes,
men and,
evangelists,
men,
yes.
when men were
And I
running
was-
the church,
yes,
they called
right.
all the women evangelists.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I was trying hard to do that evangelist stuff.
Yeah.
Because when prophet came out, anyway, we're not gonna go there. But anyway, I went to a conference, a women's conference, Total Life Christian Ministries. My leaders are Apostle Dare Harris, Pastor White Trees Harris, and our sister church, Bishop James Williams and Pastor Kelly Williams. And so Pastor White Trees and Pastor Kelly put the conference together. And when I was there, I was amazed by the fact that because I came from a really traditional sanctified church, and I wasn't allowed to wear pants.
PAW.
Yes, I wasn't allowed to wear pants and some other things at that time. But now God has brought some things over to his side, as it should always been. And I received a word from a woman of God. She spoke to me. She said, "You're gonna have many children." And I said, and I respected her. I loved her. I said, praise God, praise God. But I spoke to myself, not realizing God was just hearing everything what I was saying. And I said, okay, I'm in the oneness. I only have one child, only my natural. And I ain't having no more.
Hello.
But God.
Kitchen was closed.
But God did a miraculous thing in my life. He brought me from a side of ministry and brought me over to his side of ministry and renewed me in such a way that I became a mother of so many loving, I'm telling you, loving spiritual children. I love them so they love me, so they show me their love. They don't just talk it, they actually show it to me. And my leaders have received me in spite of me, but I was still downing myself because of things that was told. Because sometimes people don't let things go from your past. So my pastor I have now taught me that, you just tell them people, you fishing over in this sea, you stay there. Because see, God threw it over there, so you keep it because you went fishing. You the one went fishing. I ain't go because I threw it away.
Hello.
But I praise God for deliverance. And when the woman of God spoke to me that I was going to have many children, I was thinking naturally. But she meant spiritually. And God did it. No goodness on my own. No, because I have a past. And I thank God it's past.
Hello.
And I thank God even being here of these few days, we spoke about that it is past, it is done, it is finished. And God is doing a new thing, and he's doing a wonderful thing. I love every one of my children. I love this young lady here. Look at her. I got her rotten, and I love that I got her rotten. But I love the fact that she's a woman of God, but no goodness of my own. God looked beyond me, my sins, my ugly ways, look beyond all my faults. And in spite of what I've done and how Nikki got here, I have an awesome daughter, a woman of God in her own right. And I just praise God for it. But I thank God for the fact that I'm living to see it. And God is doing a new thing in me even the more. And I love the fact of her spiritual mother, because everyone needs, you never know, your children are not always around you. When they get older, they're going to have their own life. If we praying for God to move in their life, and when God moves in their life, we have to accept for whatever God does. But we can pray, and God will answer. And God has answered me through many ways. And I thank God for the spiritual mother that she have, Mother Joyce.
Yes, yes. Speaking of her praying, let me tell y'all something. God will tell your business to your mamas, okay? He will tell your business to your mothers. You might be thinking that that they don't know anything, but sometimes the mothers, the real mothers who are spiritual, they don't tell you everything that they know. They don't tell you everything that they know about you. They don't tell you everything that they've heard, and they don't tell you everything that God has said to them about you. Okay. So let me just tell you, honey, one of the things my mama said to me that I always remember: never say that nobody saw you. Just say you didn't see nobody. Okay. Because God sees everything. Okay. And if he see fit, he will tell your mama where you was at 2:30 in the morning on a Saturday night, knowing that you had to get up and go to church on Sunday. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there so that y'all understand, because I'm telling you, that's what happens. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying, that's what happens. Okay, now moving right along. Mama Joyce, now you say what's good about being a spiritual mom and the importance of it, and what you get from it and all that other good stuff.
Oh, you know.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I love it. You just saying. Okay. At first, I just want to say that I am so honored. My sister Gloria trusts me. She trusts me with her baby. And, and I don't take that lightly. And you already know how much I love her. You already know I do. I love her. I love her hard. And, I don't play about that. But I love you too. But what was the question?
The question
Something about
is
mama's what?
Spiritual motherhood, the importance of it.
Okay,
I know I'm not your only child.
Oh, but one of the things I love about my spiritual kids, because I feel like this, mother, sis, you are just so sweet and so humble. But me, I feel like if they call me Mama Joyce, then that gives me the privilege to command them to do stuff.
And she will.
So, but no, it's just such an honor. And it was hard for me to really receive that at first, because I didn't think I was worthy of that. And I was thinking, they're calling me mama. What am I supposed to do with this? Does that mean I'm supposed to be responsible for that? What does this mean, Lord? And I became accustomed to my new role once somebody laid hands on me at embassy and said that you are Mama Joyce, and you will be Mama Joyce, and you will be Mama Joyce to many. And she said, for some people, Mama Joyce will just be a comfort name, like a comfort food. She said, but for some people, when they call you Mama Joyce, that's what they mean, Mama Joyce. And then I learned how to move in that role, and I prayed about it a lot. But then God just showed me how to just be.
Yes.
Just be. You don't have to try to be this or try to be that, or stop trying to overdo this and stop trying to overdo that. Just be and listen. And just listen to what they have to say and listen to what they don't say. Because that's what I do. I listen to what y'all don't say.
Yes, you do.
And I see the rest. But for me, so much of it started because when I went to prison, I have 2 children, 2 natural children. When I went to prison, my children were 6 and 8 years old. When I got out of prison, my children were 23 and 25 years old. And my 25-year-old went to prison the year that I came out. And he's still there. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing worse than coming out of a prison and then having to go to another prison to see your child. And there was so much guilt for so many years for not being there with my children. And it's the amazing thing to me today is that they love me. And sometimes I'm like, God, it's got to be you. How could they love me? But they love their mama. But on the other side of that, because I was never able to be their mother, I said, well, God, just let me be to somebody else's child what maybe somebody else was to mine in my absence. And so that's really how I just started to love on other people's children.
Yes, ma'am.
And I tried to be a blessing to y'all. Well, there's only a special, I got a category. That's a category. But I try to be a blessing and always try and tell the truth and do the right thing. But at the same time, you filled a void in me. You filled a void in me because all I've ever wanted to be was a good mama, a good mother.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to give my child or somebody else's child some of the things that I knew they needed, but the things that I didn't get.
Yeah.
And I think that the worst thing that we can do as parents, even unknowingly, is not prepare our children for the things of this world. We have to prepare them for what's out there.
Yes.
If we send them out there to blindly and for them to try to fend for themselves out there, and they're going to get into trouble because they look for answers in the wrong places. So that's what I try and do. And I do tell the truth. And sometimes it's not easy. But like my sister said, I get to say stuff to Nikki that she probably wouldn't say. So, but I have to be like that because, I've been,
Because that's who you are.
Who I am.
That is who you are.
Hey, Tam.
Who you are, it's who you are,
I love you.
it's who you are, and I'm loved by you. That's who I am.
Okay. Anyway, so first of all, let me pause real quick and say happy birthday because I saw her on here. Hey, Shirley. Hey, girl. Happy birthday, sis. We love you. All three. Happy birthday. They her mamas too. They her mamas too. That's one of her spiritual daughters. Yes. And happy birthday also to Christina Wilson Kendrick. Yes, that's one of her daughters too, and one of my sisters. Yes, happy birthday. And anybody else out there having a birthday, happy birthday to you too. Okay. So now let's talk about the experiences, because you mentioned your sons turned 25 because of the 17 years in between the time. And so they love you. They might not have any resentment or anything towards you or anything like that. But for the people who do have issues with their natural moms, they're still living, but they, for whatever reason, the relationship is strained, or for whatever reason, they don't receive from their mom the way that they want to. Talk about, first of all, we know that it's biblical to honor your parents, to honor your mother and father. We know that it's biblical to do that. But it can be difficult when you're not receiving from them, what a mother should be giving. It's difficult to do that. So I'm gonna start with you, Mom, because I know you've had experiences with people that are your spiritual sons and daughters who either don't have their mom in their life, or either their relation, either they passed on, or either their relationship is just not good. So I want you to talk about that, and then I'm gonna switch over to you.
Yes, many times a number of my children, spiritual children, parents have passed on. Some are still here, and some of with their mom, their relationship are not as good as they would love it to be. But even just a few weeks ago, and speaking with one of my daughters, and she was going through an issue, and when I let her talk, because sometimes they need to talk.
Yes,
they need to release themselves, and somebody has to listen, no matter what it sounds like.
Yes.
Someone has to listen to them. And in listening, I thank God.
Mm.
Whew. That I listened, because when she shared with me, and I heard God say, just let her talk. Just let her talk. And while she was talking to me, she was in one ear, God was in the other ear. And I would hear God clearly. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. And I just let her talk. I said, well, I just felt like you needed to talk. And we had put up certain times to connect. But when the time was right, everything changed. When she was able to talk to me, she did. And God gave her the freedom that she needed. At the time that she needed it. And I was so grateful. And I thank God for the trust that my children, spiritual, natural, have in me, because I don't deserve to have this honor that God has given me. Shabbat. That people can trust me. And I thank God I can keep it.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell the business. You have to keep it.
Yes.
Things I will have to take to my grave. But I thank God the fact that people trust me.
Yes.
With whatever they're giving me, whatever they're saying to me, that God is working the work, and I can see it. It's working in my midst. And the fact of that trust, that love, that I'm here for them. And they need that. Some young people, relationships are not good with their parents because of some issues that happened in the family years ago, and they can't release it because they grew up with it. And it's part of them. And then when they receive that freedom, when we give them the word of God to free them from every circumstance and situation, and then let them know that I love you, but most of all, God loves you.
Yes.
And he looks beyond what I've done and forgave me and blessed me with such an awesome life, an awesome family, awesome daughter. And he gave it to me in spite of me.
Don't be an awesome sister.
Awesome. Awesome. It's just you speaking of it. It's not easy for a mother in the natural that has a relationship with God to be so settled in the fact to let her have a spiritual mother, because we have to watch and pray too. So because she's not always with me, I don't see everything. But like I taught her at a young age, never say nobody saw you, sweetie. Never say, sweetheart, that nobody saw you. Never say it. Say you didn't see nobody.
Right.
But one thing that I do know, without a shadow of a doubt, God is a real God.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows everything. And if he want it out, it will get. If he want me to see it, I'll see it.
Yep.
If he don't want me to see it, I won't see it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even pray and ask God to see it. I just say, God, have your way. Whatever you're going to reveal, reveal.
I think she do ask, but I'm just saying.
Anyway, no, because I don't. But I do say, God, whatever it is. But God's eye is everywhere, beholding the good and the evil. But I just thank God for the trust that, most of all, the trust that and we should not take them for granted.
Yeah.
Don't take them for granted. If they're sharing their thoughts with you, if God has blessed you, anyone out there, if God has blessed you to be a mentor, or a spiritual mother to someone, please don't cause them to run away from the fact that you let go of something, you told something you shouldn't have, and you thought, sometimes we get in a place that I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell nobody. And they, as soon as they hung up from talking to you, they calling everywhere. Everywhere. And then some people say, I ain't going to tell nobody. Then they tell somebody. And it just go on. But I love what God has given me. I'm a blessed woman because of the fact that he's blessed me, and I have a relationship with him. And I just encourage all my children are not in the church, but I'm believing God. Most of them are there, but I'm believing God for the ones that don't have that relationship with Christ, and let them know there's somebody's out there that's really suffering and really needs someone just to listen.
Yeah.
So they can talk. And then you seek God for what you say to them so they can be healed, delivered, set free,
Yes.
and praising God.
Yes. Amen. So Mama Joyce, what is your take on, especially as a clinical social worker? I'm sure you've had clients who've had strained relationships. How do you counsel them to either reconnect or keep themselves, set realistic boundaries? How do you do that? I mean, like, you don't have to, go too deep into it, but I know that you've had some, clients like that. What do you say to them to keep them encouraged, either way, on either side of that coin?
It gets really, really difficult depending on the experiences that they've had with some of their parents. They all don't have the same experience. Some mothers have allowed their children to be abused by others. Some parents or mothers abuse their children themselves. Some mothers didn't intentionally abuse them, but like I was saying earlier, did not equip them for what they needed to survive in this world.
Yes.
Now, there are circumstances where and it's very, very seldom, in my experience that I've run across a client whose mother had absolutely no love for him. I have had some. However, what you find is that the mother gave what she had.
Yes.
She loved them the best that she could, because so many of them are still trying to find a way out of those generational curses. They couldn't give their child love because their mother couldn't give them love because her mother couldn't give her love. And so we have to recognize the thing for what it is. And you can't, okay, so if the parent did something to the child way back when, or whenever it happened, what was happening then and this is what I tell them. What was happening then is not happening now. And you can't continue to live as if what was happening then is happening to you now. And people get so caught up, they get lost in the past pain and the past hurt and the past abuse because they've never dealt with it. No one has ever helped them process through it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you this. Nobody likes anybody all the time. And if there's one thing that we've been taught is that you cannot say, I didn't like my mother because my mother would, my mother didn't do this for me or didn't do that for me, or I love my husband all the time. I love my mother. I love my kids all the time. That's a lie from the pit. Nobody likes anybody all the time. Nobody does. And when people tell you, well, my husband, or my children tell me everything, nobody tells anybody everything. And so there's always going to be somebody else that my children may feel more comfortable talking to about the thing they need to talk about to you rather than me, because your children know how you feel about certain issues.
Yes.
In certain areas.
Yes.
And they won't tell you because they're ashamed, and they don't want you to be disappointed in them. Now, my mother didn't love me that much, and it was very, very difficult for me to come to that realization. And it wasn't that she didn't want to, she just couldn't, because she was too busy trying to find her own way out of her own mess.
Yeah.
And, things happen to kids that they don't tell about, when they're young, and particularly young girls who have been abused at an early age. And, mother or somebody should have been there to to make sure it didn't happen. And I'm going to say this because I think this is really, really important. You know, having been abused as a child, and if you're a woman and you're out there and you're listening, if it wasn't you at an early age, it was somebody you know.
Yes.
And I think what's worse than the actual abuse is a child being left alone with those thoughts and those feelings and those questions about what do I do with this? Because I've got nobody to tell.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why I am, you know, I try and be mama. And you know, it's a familiar spirit. When you've been there, you recognize that thing. You can be around somebody, you feel like you're drawn to them, but there's something about them that you see and you recognize, you feel it. You know that because you've been there.
Yeah.
You've been there. And so I encourage young women and mothers, I encourage them to talk about these things, to talk about what happened to you. And this is just another tip.
Yes, ma'am.
And if they start to talk to you and then they start to cry, really cry, the worst thing you want to do is say, baby, don't cry.
Right.
Let them cry.
Yes.
Let them cry, let them cry, let them cry. Because when you tell somebody not to cry, or when you tell somebody to stop crying, what you are saying is, I don't want to hear your story.
Ooh.
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Ooh.
Because I don't know what to do with it.
Yes.
And so let them cry, because when they get done, if they cry as hard as as they probably should, because depends on how long that stuff been down in there.
Yes.
When they get done, they're gonna be exhausted anyway, and all they gonna need you to do for them is this. After that, that's all, because now that stuff is up. It's up. It's on the table. You're looking at it. You're dealing with it.
Yes.
You can see what that thing is.
Yes.
And now it's no longer controlling you from the inside out. Now you're controlling it because you're looking at it. And so, and I guarantee you, the more you dig up, the more you're going to find down there. Woo. But it is so important, and to tell you stories. And like my sister was saying, we call each other mother, but like the sister was saying, you have to tell your story, and you need to tell it. And there are only two reasons. There are only two reasons that people don't tell their story. One, they're in denial.
Oh, yeah.
And the second reason they don't tell their story is they're afraid of public humiliation. Those are the only two reasons why people don't tell their stories. But what's going to help somebody else change is hearing somebody else's story, because now they've got something else in their frame of reference to compare that thing to.
Yes. Yes.
If Nikki did it, if Gloria did it, if Joyce did it, and look, if God blessed me, if he did it for me, he'll do it for anybody.
Yes.
You better believe me, because I was so low. I was so low that the only place to look was up. I was that low. But God did it for me. And he is no respecter of persons. And you have a right to live well. You have a right to live good. You have a right to live free. You have a right to be forgiven. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to have the peace of God. You have the right to stand up and get up in the morning and command your day. Yes. You have the right to do this because Jesus Christ paid it all.
Yes.
He paid it all. And somebody needs to start believing that God is just who he said that he is.
Yes. I told you. I told you. I told you.
You start to believe it. You ain't got to do nothing. Just start to believe it.
Yes.
And just watch it happen. Yes. Just watch it happen.
Yes.
Because what is it that they say, that God, he watches over his own word to perform it? Yes. So you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to perform. You ain't got to do nothing except what you're supposed to do, and just watch it happen. Just watch the word do what it do.
Watch him work.
Watch him work.
Watch him work.
Ooh.
I told y'all it was gonna be fire up in here tonight. There's some smoke and there's some fire, okay? I'm just trying to tell you. But listen, we are overcomers because of the blood, by the word of our testimony, okay? We are overcomers by the blood and the word of our testimony, okay? So you have to tell your story. You got to tell your story. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sharon Grant, too. I saw you, babe. Thank you for joining us tonight. Listen, hey, Michelle, listen, y'all in here. Listen, I'm telling you, there is so much power in your testimony.
Yes.
So much power in your testimony. And I know that, church is different now. We don't all have testimony services and stuff like that. But listen, that's why we have social media. Okay. You got social media. You got all kinds of outlets now where you can tell your story. You got TikTok, you got Snapchat, you got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got all this other stuff. And these are the tools that we can use. How else are we going to go into all the world? Okay, you going into all the world right here. Okay, this is going into all the world. This is fulfilling the great commission, the great commandment to go into all the world. Why? Because I'm not physically in Judea. I'm not physically in Jerusalem. I might go there one day, but I'm not going there right now. Right. And I'm just saying, but I can go there if there are people there who are connected to the internet or on Facebook or on YouTube. They can see my story today. They can hear me talk about my story today. They can hear me talk about how I've been healed from ovarian cancer. They can hear me talk about how I've been delivered from adultery. They can hear me talk about how I've been delivered from all kinds of things, sickness and disease and all kinds of things that I've done that God has forgiven me for, and he threw it in the sea of forgiveness. And like I said, if you going fishing, honey, that's your fish. You better fry it hard, honey, because I don't want none. Anyway, I'm just saying, but God has provided a way for us to be able to go into all the world without physically going into all the world. People are writing books now. I've been writing a book for a long time. Since 2019, I've been writing this book, and I'm still writing it. Why? Because I can't release it until I feel the release in my spirit to let it out. Right. And God is going to let me know. He's going to lead me into releasing that book. When it's time to release it, it will be released. And it's not my timing. It's his timing. The book is mostly done, but it's still his timing. And I thought I was so behind, and I thought I was taking too long to write the book, but I gave myself some grace.
Amen.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I gave myself some grace. Oh Lord. Yeah, I gave myself some grace, and I said, Nikki, take your time. There's no rush. Okay. It's not that I don't tell my testimony any other time that I'm standing in front of people, or any other opportunity that I have to give my testimony. I give my testimony. And so it's not like I'm holding my testimony back, but there's some things that you have to wait to the fullness of time.
Yes.
To tell your testimony. And so I know that in the fullness of time, God is going to allow me to release that book, and not just that book, but whatever else he allows me to release, and whatever else he allows me to do in terms of sharing my testimony, is going to happen. And so I'm just grateful. And I think that, let me just say what I've learned from this woman is living holy. The benefits of living holy, and the benefits of a relationship with God, your own personal relationship with God, I can't lean on my mama's prayers. Now, I know I got by a whole lot for a long time on the prayers of my mother. My mama prayed for me, okay? Because I had a praying grandmother and I had a praying mama. Somebody pray for me. It was her. Had me on their mind. It was her. Took some time to pray for me. Oh, I'm so glad she prayed. Yes, I am. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed for me. Yeah. So listen, I know there were times when I was out there doing my thing. Why? Because even though I grew up in the church, I still, when it was time for me to go out into the world, I graduated high school and went to college. How many know, when you've been sheltered and you've been covered for most of your life, and then you get out there and you're on your own for the first time, and you could do kind of like what you want to do, you get out there and you do some things. Oh Lord, I had to sow a little oat. Yes. But my mama, guess what? The first time she saw me after a couple of months of being at school by myself, yeah, she went there. It was like, so how you doing? And what you been doing? Yes, and God have revealed some things. Oh Lord, I told you, don't say nobody saw you. Just say you didn't see nobody. Okay. So my mama, she pulled my card. She pulled my card. So listen, I wanted to encourage everybody because I think that having a spiritual mom and a natural mom is so important. Even if you don't have, especially having a spiritual mom, if you don't have a good relationship with your natural mom, or even if, unfortunately, if your natural mom has transitioned and she's gone on to glory, having a spiritual mother is a surrogate, is somebody who can speak into your life, somebody, like she was saying, that can just listen when you need someone to listen. It's a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to share both my moms with y'all today because, listen, I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. Yes, I know I'm singing a lot tonight, but anyway.
For you too. Yes, we are. We love you.
No.
Dear bless. Such a blessing.
They like me. They really like me. So listen, I just wanted to share y'all can't have no red velvet cake. Okay. And I'm sorry you can't have the greens and the macaroni and cheese and the yams and the turkey with the gravy and the rice and all of that. And that's what we're gonna have. And the red velvet cake.
Thank you.
And the dressing. Yes, we're gonna have some dressing too.
Thank you.
But I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us on tonight. There was so many people on, and I really, really, really appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. It's been a wonderful show tonight. I told y'all they was gonna take us in. I told y'all that. She went in. It's the smack. Y'all know it's the smack. Yes. And then she went in to, just evangelize, because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's who they are. And I love them for who they are. And I've learned so much from this woman in terms of ministry about how to minister to people when they're at the altar. Yes. That's what I've been learning from her, and just practical living and life and recognizing things for what they are, what they really, really are. Opening your eyes to reality. That's what I'm learning from these women. And I promise you, they always speak into my life. They always pray for me. And I want you to have that. Now, you can't have them, but you can have your own. You can find your own mama. Okay. Find your own mama. Okay. They could be your spiritual mama.
You don't mean that.
I do. Cause I do. I mean it. If you can get in touch with them, I ain't giving out no phone numbers and nothing like that. So, but anyway, we love you tonight. And before we leave, the song that I want to leave on tonight is one of my favorites. It's PJ Morton, Don't Let Go. And I just want you to know that I don't want you to let go, that you have so many reasons to not let go, to hold on and let God do what he does. Just believe on him and wait on him. I promise you, he will show up in the nick of time. Don't let go. And thank you for watching tonight. WVTC Soulful Inspirations, your girl, Nikki Jones, with my mama, Gloria Garner, and my other mama, Joyce Haskett. Okay, we love you. Good night. Bye.
I know it's been so hard and you don't know what it all means. But don't you ever let it go. See, there's a reason you're still standing after all you've seen. So don't you ever let go.
Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't you ever let go. You're getting tired, and it feels like it's been going on for years. Don't you ever let go.
There's nothing wrong with crying. There's no denying. Let out all your tears. But but don't you ever let go. Oh, don't let go. Don't let go. Don't you ever let go. Don't let go. No, no, don't let go. Just remember, please don't ever let go. Oh no, my sister, hold on, brother, stay strong.
The views and opinions expressed on the previous broadcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WVTC Radio Detroit, its advertisers, or affiliates.
You've been listening to
Soulful Inspiration.
We're so glad you hung out with us today. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on WVTC Detroit. If you'd like to partner with us or sponsor a show with your business, send us an email at tntsoulllc@gmail.com, or you can call us at 313-570-8280. I'm your girl,
Nikki Jones.
We are WVTC.
What is
Detroit Gospel Internet Radio. What it is.
what it is?
We're gospel music. Preaching. Teaching.
What is?
Encouraging. What it is. All up in
What it is?
the community. What it is. WVTC. In your neighborhood, it's what we do.
What it is?
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.